Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Number 2 would be Doctor Strange. Number 3 would be The Edge of 17. Number 4 would be Trolls. And number 5 would be Arrival. And unfortunately, I only got 2 out of 5 of my predictions right, but hey, at least it wasn't only a 1 out of 5 prediction right. Let's go over what happened. Number 1, I think it's kind of obvious what it was. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them this weekend. It made $74 million, and this is a very strong opening for this movie since it is on a budget of $180 million, and on the worldwide chart, it's already up to $218 million, so it only needs $162 million more to double its budget and make a huge profit. Now, I think a lot of people might be a little concerned that this is the lowest opening weekend for a Harry Potter style movie, but I don't really think that's such a big deal because the previous lowest opening Harry Potter film actually went on to make a lot of money, so I don't think Fantastic Beasts is in any trouble or anything, and I definitely think that since the first one is getting so much praise that the sequels will probably get a lot more money as well. And I still haven't seen it yet, but tomorrow I am going to be seeing it, thank God, because the play is over and I'm on Thanksgiving break tomorrow, so that's great. Let's continue on. Number 2 was Doctor Strange. This weekend it made $17,761,000. Now earlier when they let out the weekend estimates, it seemed like this and Trolls were kind of neck and neck, but now that the official numbers are out, Doctor Strange is officially at number 2, and that adds to a U.S. total of $181 million. But look at the worldwide chart, and you see that it has a total of $571 million. It is already almost at $600 million worldwide, which is very impressive for this movie, and I think I heard something that Doctor Strange just passed Ant-Man as far as gross goes. That's also really impressive. Not surprising, I kind of expected Doctor Strange to outgross Ant-Man. I think anyone could have. Anyways, number 3 was Trolls. This weekend it made $17,448,000, and that adds to a total of $116 million. And if you look at the worldwide chart, you'll see that it has $261 million. So it just passed the doubling point of $250 million. So far, it's made $11 million more than that. Very good for this movie. Hey, maybe DreamWorks can make a new franchise out of this, since I think Shrek moved over to another studio or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but I hear they're making a 5th one, and I don't know if it's with another company or if it's still at DreamWorks and they're just working with someone else. I don't know, but maybe they can make a franchise out of Trolls, but maybe they won't. I don't know. Anyways, number 4 was Arrival. This weekend it made $12 million, and that adds to a total of $43 million. So it's only $4 million away from getting to its budget of $47 million, so that's good. It's kind of a bummer that it's not getting to the doubling point, it looks like. I honestly don't think it'll be able to make it. Maybe it'll get like halfway to that point of $94 million, the double budget of $47 million, but I don't really think it can. Maybe worldwide. I haven't checked the worldwide numbers actually, but poor Arrival. This is a fantastic movie, though. Please check it out. Anyways, number 5 was Almost Christmas. Since it is almost Christmas in real time, it makes sense that this movie is making some money. This weekend it made $7 million, and that adds to a total of $25 million. Now, it only needs $9 million more to double its $17 million budget, but I'm going to assume that this movie doesn't really need to double its budget. It honestly seemed kind of cheap from what I saw, so I'm going to just say that they're a success. I don't think anyone really cares about this movie anyways. I honestly have not seen a single YouTube review for it, so I don't think anyone really cares about this movie. Moving on, number 6 was Hacksaw Ridge, a movie that everyone really cares about. I still haven't seen it yet. Big bummer, I know, but I'm trying. I've been through the ringer at school recently. It's a fun ringer because theater is great if you're into that sort of thing, but I got to miss out on these movies, but it's okay, because I'm going to catch up. This weekend, Hacksaw Ridge made $6 million, and that adds to a total of $42 million domestically. Now, its budget is $40 million, and it just got $42 million domestically, and that's good. It at least isn't a total failure, but in order to be considered a box office hit or something like that, it would have to double its budget and get around $80 million, and it's just lacking $38 million of that. So I can't really say that Hacksaw Ridge is a huge success, but I think it's popular enough to have a lot of buzz near Oscar season? I hope so, because I've heard a lot of great things about this movie. Anyways, number 7 was The Edge of 17, another movie I've been hearing surprisingly great things about. This weekend it made $4 million, and it's only on a budget of $9 million, and I think it'll be able to get there, but I don't think it'll be able to double it. I was honestly very shocked to see how low this movie opened. I thought for sure, since it is a high school coming-of-age type movie, that maybe it would be able to make a lot more money, but apparently not. Fantastic Beasts just had to bury it or something like that. And I've also heard that this movie is actually like legitimately good. I didn't really think that much of this movie when I saw the trailers, but I've heard some great things about it, and I actually do want to see this movie at some point. Anyways, number 8 was Bleed for This, another movie that I thought maybe could get a little bit more, but it didn't. It made $2,366,000 this weekend, and that's on a budget of $6 million. So this movie doesn't really, I don't think it's going to be able to get any Oscar buzz or anything like that. I think that's what they were going for with this, because it's based on a true story, kind of inspirational kind of movie. It's coming out near Oscar season, but I don't think it has enough attention, and I don't think it has enough critical attention too to be able to get anything like that. I'm sorry, Miles Teller. One day you'll get back in there. Anyways, number 9 was The Accountant. This weekend it made $2,156,000, and that adds to a total of $81 million. Now it needs $7 million more domestically to double its $44 million budget, but it actually tripled its budget worldwide charts. It has $132 million on the worldwide chart, which is very impressive for this movie. I'm so glad that I was able to make that much money, and maybe they will make An Accountant too. I wouldn't bet any money on it because, it doesn't really have enough great critical reception. It's still very mixed on Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't think they'll go forward with making any more. But if they did, I honestly wouldn't be too upset by that, because The Accountant is a really good movie that I don't understand the hate for. And finally, number 10 is Shut In. This movie made $1 million this weekend, and that adds to a total of $6 million, which is still nowhere near getting that $10 million budget back. Oh, sorry, Naomi Watts, you tried, but your movie sucks. Now it's time for the fun part, the predictions for next week's top 5. Now remember, even though Moana, Bad Santa 2, and Allied, they're opening up on Wednesday, it's still going to go to the weekend stuff, so keep that in mind. I'm going to predict that number 1 will be Moana. I think since Fantastic Beasts didn't open with $100 million or anything like that, I think Moana will be able to slip right in there. I'm going to say number 2 is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Number 3 is Doctor Strange. Then I'm going to say number 4 is Bad Santa 2. This might not be right. In fact, I'm not entirely sure about this prediction, but since the first one is a little popular, I'll put it in there. And number 5, I'm going to put Allied. I'm not sure how well this movie will do because the last Robert Zemeckis movie, which was The Walk, didn't do too well at the box office. Hopefully Allied does, because it looks like a good movie. I can't wait to see it at some point. I just hope it doesn't get buried by the box office. But what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave them in the comments below, and if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right then, I'm sorry. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.